Live. We're shooting. I already know what I'm liking. What's up, Nolani? How we doing? How we doing? I'm already liking price, guys. I'm already liking it. There's one thing I don't like, though. But what's up? What's up? Let's kill today. You guys know we haven't lost yet. Haven't lost this week, this month. Even before this month, we've been on win streak for a while. What's up, Jinx? What's up, Adara? Guys, we'll go into the breakdown right now. Let's let some people get in here. We'll go into what I think price is going to do. Doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to enter. There's one thing I don't like just looking at it visually, but doesn't mean price still can't give us something to play off of. Definitely could see that. But we'll see. We'll see. All right. Yo, Matt, what's up? What's up, Edgar? That's a crazy way to enter the stream. All right, guys, let's go into it real quick. So DAX, the way we're looking on DAX, number one thing you guys know, I look at the daily first off. You can already see no bottom wick. What does price usually do majority of the time? When there's no bottom wick or top wick, it comes and it creates that bottom and top wick. Doesn't mean it's going to happen now. Could happen during New York. Again, we'll see. But I can say that I think price is going to end up top wicking here and flipping. We also have this gap for price to fill. That's another big thing that I think, or that's another big reason why I think price will flip. If we go to the 4 hour, again, this top wick's looking pretty fucking wicked. Again, I think we could just be facilitating a pullback. We could run higher, granted, we could. And that's where entry is a little bit iffy here. Like, if I wish there was a little bit more structure to play off of, like a little bit more, some more structural lows, but there's not. If I were to enter, it'd be like a break of like this area. But even then, this is really not that good to play off of. I think UK 100 is looking better, but when we look at the data on UK 100, we do have a bottom wick. That doesn't mean price still can't come down. And in this case, if we look at yesterday's candle, super bearish. This tells me that price most likely is going to run bearish today. Looks like we facilitated a pullback within this leg, filled this gap that was created, and I think we're going to top wick. So I'd be a little bit more comfortable taking UK 100, especially because, again, if we look here, we just filled in this gap on the 4 hour as well. I'm expecting price to top wick there. Higher time frames looking beautiful, but lower time frames as similarly to DAX, not the best structure. Again, I wish there was a little bit more structural lows that were created in here to give me a better area to enter off of as far as like a break. But I could see myself possibly entering once price breaks this minor area, and let's see what price does within the next 12 minutes. If we start to respect this area pre-open, I'd actually like that. And then if we got that bearish reaction, I'd look to shoot. I really would. Again, you guys know, overall higher time frames looking bearish, as well as lower time frames, so I'd be willing to shoot. Again, we're going to give price time to play out, but this is one of those trades where we could potentially hold longer today. Doesn't mean we will. Again, we could just be fine taking profits and running. We could be, but let's see what happens. Again, price could run bullish here. We are overall bullish on the lower time frames, at least the 5 minute right now. So could continue to run that way, but I think price is inevitable to facilitate that pullback, even if it was into this area here. At that point, we could be at break even. But I think if volume were to take place at London Open, we're going to sell off and take some area of liquidity. There's a shit ton of liquidity sitting down here. I mean, this is all trendline liquidity too. All these areas, every single area here is liquidity. So when it comes to like managing a trade, let's say we did hold longer at these areas, we'd want to make sure that we're either taking partials, which I don't really take partials, but I may, just because, if you guys don't know, we are account flipping right now, or just fully take out. Why? Because we know price is taking a good area of liquidity, and we could see price flip from there. We saw it yesterday. I think we did. Yeah, this is the move we caught yesterday. So once price took that liquidity at this high, had an instant reaction, sold off, took more liquidity, and yes, it did go back up. But again, you can see price would have taken you out if you did hold. In this case, thankfully we got out and we're able to catch that W and continue our win streak. So let's see what we can do tonight. Let's see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what price gives us. And we'll play based off that. What's up, Ahmad? How you doing? What's up, Bon? Brew, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Casper? How we doing? All the OGs are in there. Everyone's in here. Appreciate that. But again, we'll see, guys. You guys know, now that I broke everything down, kind of just in the waiting period. What happened to EU? Guys, these markets have been shit. Forex has been shit, at least the ones I've been trading. Just not that good, man. Not good at all. What's up, Avion? Oh my gosh. How was Power Hour today? I didn't get to join, but I heard he was on. Yes, I was on Power Hour. It went all right. I didn't call any trades. Price just wasn't looking the best. It didn't give me what I wanted off the initial reaction. So it is what it is. I don't know if price ended up coming back up. I was expecting price to go up, and once it didn't give it to me, I just called it a day and kind of just sat around and kind of talked it up from there on out. Where's it at? Now price continues to sell, but I mean it did actually come back up. But I was looking for price to come up and manipulate New York highs. But this is a big reason why I don't trade New York myself. Is I think, I'm not saying price doesn't still look to manipulate session highs and lows, but price moves to me a little bit differently on NASDAQ compared to UK 100 and DAX. It really does. I think I see cleaner moves on UK 100 and DAX. Truly, I do. Guys, what you guys up to? What's up, Nolani? Nolani, guys, if you guys don't know, Nolani is a meme coin goddess. I'm pretty sure there's a chance, guys, Nolani's up a couple M's right now. What is it, Dogecoin? Nah, but crazy. Honestly, Nolani, I saw all that shit before it popped off, and I really thought about it, and I just didn't act on it. And honestly, that could have been generation. Could have made 20M and just like disappeared off stream, and then I would have just posted a story one day in a Bugatti hopping on my PJ. It's crazy. Nah, but yeah, like I was looking into meme coins a little bit. I have a friend who's really into it, and I hope he caught it because he like ran up a bag and lost a lot of it when the markets really got bad, at least for meme coins. Go sipping on Nolani. That's gonna be me soon. That's gonna be, I really am. I might go ghost. I think I'm gonna still try to stream out there. What Nolani's talking about, I am gonna go to Hawaii soon, or not soon, but in like a month, so kind of soon. It'll come fast. But I think I'll still stream out there. Still give you guys some streams in Hawaii, give you guys some good content, some good vlogs. We'll run it up out there. Finna hit you up, Nolani seeking guide. Honestly, Rice Ninja, she probably would. Like she knows a lot. She knows a lot. A lot. I hope price doesn't start selling pre-open. I really hope it does not. Because I really do like this. I just hope price stutters within this next 5 minutes. And then we see a good bearish open. But I don't want to see it now. And again, we could see it now just because we don't really have an area that we're playing off of. But I hope we don't see that drastic of a move to where it's now no longer worth it to enter. Because I do have confidence in price selling off, at least momentarily. And this candle could definitely ruin that move. It could. Because I'm not gonna enter this. I know I entered pre-market. I literally entered like 10 seconds before letting it open the other day, just because I really like price. But in this case, I'm not going to do that here. I really hope price reacts off this area, and then when we do get that open, you know, we can shoot, right? About last night. Nice reaction. I like that. Let's just hope price continues to stutter. Beautiful, beautiful. Still got 3 minutes. My bad, I was reading chat. Hi, I can help you out for sure. Yeah, she definitely will. What's up, Chu? Dax looks way better overbought. Dax looks good. Dax looks good. The one thing is I have nothing to sell off of. Like, I wish there was a little bit more structural lows. Like, yes, you can technically maybe use this as an area to sell off of. Definitely, if price gives that bearish reaction. I'm liking this a little bit more, especially how price reacted off this area. If price were to now at London open bearish, I would definitely like that. I would like that. Even though we're getting this total flip candle, what we could see here, and again, would give me even more confidence, is if price opened bullish momentarily, top wick, took even more liquidity, and then started and flipped. Beautiful. I'm not looking for buys here, guys. I'm really not. I think price is overbought. And if we were to run up buys, I don't think it's going to be much longer. Again, I could be totally wrong, but I just don't really have a bias for price to go up any much higher. What's up, Jocko? Jocko, I'm liking sells. Dax looking good for sells too. It's just not a lot of good structure to sell off of. UK 100 just created some better structure to now sell off of, so that's nice. I'm tired, guys. I barely got any sleep last night, but we still here shooting. Sales looking okay. I've seen better. Let me tell you that I've seen better, but I'm willing to shoot tonight. So let's see what happens and see if we can get a good entry. Again, if price opens bullish, it is what it is. I'm fine sitting on my hands. Want a win streak. There's no reason to rush anything. I'll check US30 right now after this. I definitely want to see what price does here soon. So we'll see. Price is getting that little chop right before that open usually happens. Can't say I'm not surprised. Okay, bullish reaction. That's fine. Again, if I have to sit on my hands, I sit on my hands. But We get a top wick here and price totally flips. Even better for us. Even better for us. But again, I'm fine sitting on my hands. I'll check NQ and US30 right now. Don't worry. I just want to be attentive right now for open. But nothing as of yet, guys. Again, buys. If you wanted to hop in, by all means, you could have. You may be up a 1-1 right now. Maybe. Depends on where your stop was. Again, if you had stops at low, definitely could have ran it up. Depends if you're able to get in quick enough. But price is definitely, I think, at some point bound to pull back. Let's see if it does happen. Again, you guys know what happened last week. Same thing with DAX is we pushed up, swept this high. We could not flip. We could not flip. Beautiful if it happens. Beautiful. I'm ready. I'm ready. You know, stops would be at this point adjusted depending on when price does end up flipping. If it flipped on this candle alone, stops would be all the way up here, which in this case, yes, it would suck. It would take away from our, you know, overall TP, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We'll see what happens. Getting that liquidation here potentially. Again, it would be nice to see them both just dump from this point on. They don't necessarily have to move the same, but we'll see. Even if DAX does sell off, I still just, I mean, if you wanted to sell from here, maybe at a break of this low, since this is where price was, had previously pushed bullish, but price could remain bullish. Again, I'm fine sitting on my hands. Still no loss. My bad. Still no loss. I mean, but I'm gonna give it like 20 minutes, unless price just continues to rally here, and it just clear that price is bullish. We're good. Yes, price will most likely have a pullback, but if price were to go that high at that point, I wouldn't really feel confident entering this far down. I'd want to see price flip pretty. I'd want to see price flip pretty soon. One thing about DAX too is where DAX looks good is we just swept the high here and we have no bottom wick. So DAX is looking nice. DAX is looking nice. It really is. I just don't like how stops would be up here. I'd potentially enter. Just because we swept yesterday's high and I'm looking for price to potentially now make a bottom wick. Could see entry on DAX. I just hope it's not now. But it would be a beautiful 101 as of right now. Going 100 still pretty bullish. Again, let's give it some time. Still within the first 5 minutes. This is looking clean. I just don't like how big stop would be here. I want price to stutter a little bit. At the same time, I don't want it to stutter. But I really do now like DAX a little bit more, just due to the fact that we're sweeping highs here. We're sweeping highs, daily highs, yesterday's highs. And I'm expecting price to now come down and possibly fill this gap. I think I may shoot here if we see that flip. We'll see. Again, they could do the total opposite thing, and UK 100's looking pretty damn bullish. I think this has gone out the picture. DAX is definitely still on the board as of right now. Gold might buy. Okay, I'll check gold right now. See, like, I'm hoping this candle doesn't. I mean, see, here's the thing. I want this candle to close before I would even consider moving my stops. Just because, like, if it did sell off from here, price could definitely, within that 5 minutes, still stutter around, come up and take me out. So I wouldn't want to risk having short stop. So again, it would still be here if price did end up pushing very bearish right now. We'll see. It is a bigger move. Yes. Beautiful top wick though. Beautiful. Again, it's lining up. I'm going to shoot once we break lows. Even though we have a big stop, that's fine. Fine with that. Still not in. Price is playing around. Okay, I'm in. Hope I'm not in yet, actually. Not in. Didn't enter me in yet, my poker. Come on. Oh, it is done for me. Okay, I'm in. I am in. Okay. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in sales. So we'll see, guys. Again, we're on a win streak right now. If we lose, we lose. It's fine. Pretty heavy risk on the account flip, just because it's a bigger stop loss. As far as margin and all, or as far as smallest position, we're risking pretty heavy. But I think I'm willing to shoot here. I like it. Everything's lining up. It would be stupid of me not to, because if this trade does end up hitting, great. It was my setup. It was my system. I followed it. If it loses, okay, I followed my system. I can't be mad. At the end of the day, I know it. Majority of the time it is going to be win. I mean, the last 2 weeks it's been a win, so don't be afraid to shoot. Like, one of the biggest things too is, like, something that I used to think about a lot is like, sometimes when I was on a win streak in the past early on, like, I'd be like, dang, like, a loss is like inevitable. And yes, it's inevitable, it's bound to happen, but you never know. Like, again, it'd be stupid of you not to shoot because you're afraid that a loss is going to happen. If a loss happens, it's bound to happen. You can't ignore that. But the best thing you can do is just have good risk management. Again, with the account flip, it's kind of hard to have good risk management, but if you're trading with me on a live account or a funded account, again, just have good risk management. And I mean, you should already be up this week if you've been trading with me. So even if this loss does happen, okay, but if we win, perfect. Another win to add to the win streak. We're going to run it up. Again, I want to win this entire week. I want to. Wish I could play music. Can't play music. I mean, I can. I'm not going to fucking jam out to some lo-fi, non-copyrighted music while my trade's running up. Or especially in drawdown. Now, if I'm in fucking drawdown and I have to listen to lo-fi music, I'm gonna lose my shit. Sorry to cuss. I've been cussing a little bit more. Red Dog hasn't been holding me accountable. I definitely want to see price continue to react bearish. I mean, I have full confidence in this trade, obviously, until stop loss is hit. I just have so little doubt that stop loss will be hit because of higher time frames. So if price stutters here, that's totally fine. Again, if you guys just joined up, because I did see a couple people join up, we're looking for sells here. Again, we just swept yesterday's high. Beautiful liquidation of yesterday's high. We have no bottom wick. Again, beautiful. Majority of the time, price does end up coming and making a bottom wick when there's no bottom wick. Just something, this just happens. Not only that, we have this gap that was created in this previous bullish candle that, again, I expect price to come in and bottom wick and fill that. So let's hope that that overall higher time frame bias is correct. again, it may not be. Price could definitely just continue to run bullish if that's its objective for the day, and then eventually it will come down, because again, price has to fill in these areas of inefficient price. It has to. It's just a matter, is it now? Is it not now? We'll see. Granted, I think the daily looks beautiful for that flip. I think the 4-hour looks beautiful as well. It's just a matter of, is it going to flip? I expect price to maybe remain a little bit bullish here just to fill the rest of this gap in. I mean, it left this tiny ass little shit here. I mean, definitely still could come up and fill that in. I can't talk now, and I expect it to, and that would just again give me more confidence that price should continue to run in my favor if we start respecting price as we continue to come down and just see those little facilitations and top wicks into gaps. That's just again extreme confidence in price continue to run off. We want to see that. So let's hope we continue to see price take off, make new lows. Will definitely bring more confidence. I think in this case, there's really no spot for me to move to break even unless we get halfway to TP and price just really starts stuttering, or if price genuinely leaves no gaps on the way down and we get to about a 50% mark of TP, then I'll comfortably move to break even, because in theory, if there's no gaps in my mind, price should not come up into anything. Price has no what's the word for it? There's no reason why price should come up if there's no gaps, unless price is coming to seek liquidity, and a lot of times you're going to be that liquidity. It's going to seek your entry positions or your stop losses. Guys, I mean, we're in the trade. I can check things now, I guess. Sorry for bringing this to the mic. All right. I think we could see a potential bearish reaction during London. We've already kind of seen that. I think price could come up, fill this gap, and continue to run lower. We do have liquidity sitting down here from Asia, but again, this is if you were trading NAS during London. If you're preparing to trade it during New York, totally not necessarily ignore what's happening right now, but it really comes down to what London does. It's a really big part of how you should play New York, right? UK 100 is being weird. I want to see price dump here. We're being a little bit slow. That's fine. Again, we're still only within the first 12 minutes. We've sat in trades for over an hour before. I don't like to. Again, yesterday's trade, I mean, we were in and out, and within, I think I was in and out within 5 to 10 seconds. Did you enter? I did enter Cartoony. I'm in right now. Again, I like sells. My biggest thing on sells, other than the fact that, like, let's say when I do go back to put this into data, because win or lose or break even, this is going into data no matter what, just like it should for you guys if you took the same trade. Going into data, what I'm really gonna point out on this trade is everything looked good, higher time frames, lower time frames, as far as having targets and areas to look to manipulate. But the one thing that I did not like is there was really no structural lows to use as support to sell off of. I mean, yes, this is a decent area, and we did create this area somewhat of support, but I would have liked a little bit of a better area. Again, yesterday, if we just go back to yesterday, we can clearly see there's a little bit better structure here, where we can clearly see this price reacting to this area, and then once price did break, we bought. It looked better there. Again, I'm not saying it isn't going to continue. So I do have really good confidence in this. If price continues to do what I think it's going to do, again, we're going to catch another win. Price will most likely flip and continue down into London, possibly into New York, depending on how much volume is going to be pushed into the market within these next couple of minutes, or next couple of hours, I could say. But we'll see. Again, I'd like to see this 5-minute candle close below this low. If it doesn't, that does not mean price isn't still looking good, but I just wish there was a little bit more volume. That's the one thing that's concerning me. And if it's one of those days where we just get caught in some chop, there's no news today. I'm not saying that could be a thing, but again, data, guys, everything's data. Win or lose, I'm still even going to put, even if I win this trade, there was no news today. Even though I won, there was no news. I'm not saying news necessarily affects the markets, especially if there's no news in Euro USD and most likely in general. I mean, there is, but again, anything could really come into play and affect your trade. Beautiful close. I like that. It definitely showed that the bears are in control. So I hope price now just, dude, I hope a fucking London. Oh my God, I can't talk today. I'm just not going to talk. Just not going to talk. News on NCD out 10 a.m. Oh shit. That's the thing. I don't have NCD up, and I probably should have NCD up. TP Asian lows. Fabian, as of right now, yes. If I do end up managing the trade later on, then I'll let you guys know, but I really do have confidence in price selling off to that area. It's our next point of liquidity. Other than this low here, this low, once we reach this low, I think I will move to break even. I think I will. Because there is a lot of liquidity sitting down here, and it's not promised that price will and has to come down to this area of liquidity, which would be Asia lows, but it is a very strong area. It really is. But the reason I do think price can definitely continue to sell off is just look at the daily. Swept yesterday's high. Again, if you guys, if this might be the fourth time you guys hearing this, but again, just swept yesterday's high. We do not have a bottom wick. Price tends to, if it does not already have a bottom wick or top wick, it will go back and create that bottom or top wick. But I do think in this case, price is just taking yesterday's high, should totally flip, come down and fill this gap in from yesterday. And then it definitely could continue back up from there. But if we just kind of scroll out, let's see what we're looking at. I think we definitely could continue bearish to, if you look at overall higher time frames, I'm expecting that facilitation of this pullback. Again, this is the daily time frame we're dealing with, so we really don't have to pay too much attention to it. But if I could say one thing is I expect the daily at some point to pull back. So I could hopefully expect price to, in this case, kind of align with that bias, right? We've taken basically all sell side liquidity within this area. Price should sell. We're just seeing some really, really slow price, not a lot of volume. Could be a very, very long night, very long stream, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it's a long stream in TP and not in drawdown. Do you like mangoes? I do like mangoes cartoony. But like, why are you asking me these random questions? Another 4K night? It might have to be. It might have to be, my guy. I'm liking these sells, but we'll see. Again, I told everyone earlier, so if you just joined up Rice Ninja, you never know when we're going to take a loss. Like this trade looks beautiful. Textbook looking trade, I could say. Could still lose. Price may not be ready yet to sell off. We could still be too early. I don't think so. I really don't. But this is where risk management comes in. You should have good risk. You shouldn't. I mean, you should. I mean, not you shouldn't. You should. You shouldn't be risking stupidly or unnecessarily. What you guys up to though? Top songs, woohoo! That reaction was cringe, but you know, Top Song's a great guy. If you guys didn't know, sometimes, brother, I understand. Nicholas, tell Luke sir I will join Power Hour soon, and that I miss him. I will. I got you, my guy. I already got my profit for the night. Oh shit! So, would you catch sells just like right off that liquidation, or did you? What would you catch, Rich? Tell me what you caught, Rice Ninja. I'm curious. I'm curious to know, my guy. What insane move did you catch? Because I know you just told me you made 4K. Which is insane. Love that. Top songs, what are you doing tonight? 1 second, guys. I don't like how price is reacting now. And this is why I say risk management's key, guys. This is yesterday's low actually too. So this is actually a really good TP. I just realized it is yesterday's low, or I mean, I should have known that, but it looks beautiful. There's no way. Nah, yesterday's low's over here. I'm tripping. It's today's low we're looking for. Where market opened. Guys, prices. Sells on DAX. Oh shit. Waiting for pullback on the bullish candle. Hell yeah. Fire. Fire. Again, if you're able to catch that entry, fire. Price is not reacting the way I'd like it to, but we're chilling. At this point, we can just sit back and wait. It's either we hit stop loss or TP. I don't want to end the win streak. I don't. But can't control it sometimes. Can't control it. What price could be doing, and I hope it is. I hope this is what price is doing. Is you guys, I told you guys price did leave this tiny minor gap earlier when it didn't fully fill it in. Hopefully price just wicks this area and completely just tops wicks that. If price does do that, wow, my confidence goes up extremely. But if price totally invalidates that area, my confidence drops extremely as far as if this trade's going to win. And again, price may not be ready to sell off. There's nothing saying that price has to sell off. Again, its objective could be just to run bullish. But in my eyes, there's really no liquidity to seek up there. And the higher time frames, just going off data and what I tend to see happen majority of the time, we should get that flip. So let's really hope that this candle, guys, does continue to if it continues to react this way, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. It's doing what I'm saying. It's reacting. It just came in, filled that area of inefficient price, that last little area. Then now hopefully we'll push price down. If not, again, we could call it at that. I'm not going to necessarily cut TP or cut stop loss short. I could, but honestly, I risk what I risk. I'm willing to lose it all. Not all, but I'm willing to lose that chunk because again, I can just come back tomorrow. And you guys can too. So and we still got 2 minutes. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Because again, like price, yes, it would look better if it did top wick it and reacted like that, or just had left the top wick and went bearish from here. But it could, I guess, still print with the body closure above it, kind of disrespecting it, and still come bearish. But the likeliness of that is far less than if it were to just respect it, I'd say. Oh no, I haven't been reading chat. What is this? I want to do cartoony. Nice. Oh no, cartoony come over here. Bro is great. Top songs can't be joining my lives at night, bro. On some freaky shit, dude, I swear. Chris, I'm in shorts. What do you want to do? What are you talking about, cartoony? What the fuck? Yeah, I'm in shorts right now. And after this trade, win or lose, I'll go over my analysis again. When it comes, again, I post all my trade breakdowns into my Discord. If you guys are in there, you guys probably know. But I'll definitely let price play out if we did lose. See what happens. See if there was another area that price wanted to come into. There was liquidity that I didn't see at the time. There was a gap I didn't see at the time. If we were just too early, again, price could come up, take the highs, and come right back down. And again, that's just trading. We could sometimes your liquidity, right? That's why risk management is so important. I can't stress it enough. So important. But decent close. Decent. wanted better, wanted better. But that's not saying price still can't sell. DAX longs above, strong above VWAP, and now showing. Okay. I don't trade that way, but my thing is, guys, I'm only here to trade for me and be your second set of eyes. Like if you want to enter longs, if you guys like longs, that's your buy. Shoot. Because again, I'm not always right. I could be wrong here. Price could definitely run higher, but I'm following my plan. I have to, because if price did win here and I sat out of it, I'd be way more upset than if I took the trade, followed my plan, and I lost it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just not going off just your chat, Venelin, but that's just like telling everyone, just, you know, because buys definitely could run here. If you have a totally different bias, totally different analysis that you see works and it's playing out, again, that's just where I'm wrong. Flat out. But in this case, I think if we were to lose, I would just be too early. I do think price is bound to sell off at some point and fill in the gap that it created from yesterday's bullish leg. But just daily looks amazing. It really does. Unless we really want to come up and sweep last week's high, that could be something to look back into. Let's say if we did lose this trade, price could come up, sweep weekly highs, and then sell off. We could see that. And if I do see that, when I do go into that trade breakdown, again, I suggest all you guys watch it. When I do go into that trade breakdown, that's something I'm really going to go over is, okay, yes, sales look good on all the time frames, but if we go into the weekly, where I kind of not necessarily ignored it, but I didn't look at it too much. Why? Because again, it's the weekly. We still had highs there. Now, does not mean always we're going to take those highs. You never know we're going to take them. I think the weekly is subject to top wicking here as well. I mean, we have no bottom wick as well. I think price is bound to definitely have its pullback. So I'm just hoping that it's now. But we just kind of got to hope that this hourly, well, I mean, we're still not even there. But again, we'll see how price continues to react. Not over until it's over. So I'm chilling. Hop on your phone, do some back testing. You guys can even start getting it in the journal already. If you guys have a journal, start writing notes. Because then again, like the reason I say like write notes now is a lot of times people forget what's happening during the trade. The good thing is I can go back in my stream. I can go back and see live action. Because again, how price is playing out live too can really also help your trading, I'd say. Especially if you get data behind certain things happening to where you can get early signs later on. Let's say if you get enough data behind it to add it into your system. Let's say in this case, if price were to continue to disrespect that last gap that was in that small bearish leg that was created at the open. Let's say price disrespects it and we go up and we lose. Going forward, if I get enough data that continues to back that and says, okay, once this does happen, I can cut my stop loss a lot shorter because majority of the time it is going to lose and it's going to save me as far as on my losses. But at the same time, you know, there could be a situation where I get data on it and it shows me the complete opposite, where yes, there's been times where price does disrespect that gap and it can hit stop loss, but there's time where price does disrespect that gap but continues to still run bearish because your overall higher time frame bias was, you know, very strong. And in this case, that's that's what it is. Thoughts on order block? Like supply and demand? That's what I trade for Forex when there is setups. What do you think about it? What do you think about it, Cartoony? let me actually tell you what I think about it. I think supply and demand, I actually, I don't know. With Forex, I haven't really been seeing price respect much lower time frame supply and demand, unless it's like super low time frame, like 5 minute maybe. At least just from what I see, I think price definitely still obviously follows structure. It still has really good price action, but lower time frames just aren't giving setups when it comes to supply and demand, or again, sometimes you'll have good order blocks, sometimes you won't. Sometimes you will have an order block and price would kind of just run from you. Thoughts on moving average? Dude, there's a reason I don't have it on my screen. I'm not saying the moving average isn't good and can definitely be an extra confluence, but the way I like to see it is I have an edge. It's clearly worked. If you've been here the last couple of months, you know it works. Again, we've been repeating it day in, day out. Yes, there's losses occasionally. That's trading. But in this case, I see no need for EMA. Yes, in some cases, let's say I had EMA and it broke it and it made it that much better of a trade because we broke the EMA as well. Great. But there's going to be times where we may not be breaking the EMA, but we're doing everything else correct. And that one thing could stop me from taking that trade. And now I'm not entering trades that I really should be entering. And again, that won't be the case because I won't add EMA, but even when it comes to my Forex trading, when I was entering a lot more than I am now, I didn't use EMA. I did just straight price action. I mean, price action is key. Understanding multi-time frame analysis is key. And then also behind that as well is understanding liquidity concepts. Just, again, liquidity is super simple. I mean, first things first, liquidity is everywhere in the market, but it's super simple to identify the stronger points of liquidity. You can clearly see it, right? You can clearly see price bought up from this area here. We stuttered out this area. We clearly bought up. You know what that means? That means buyers stepped into the market. That means there's orders sitting at these lows. There's orders sitting here. There's people probably at break even, whatever it may be. There's definitely orders sitting here where price is going to look to target those. It's going to look to take those out, just like it's going to look to take that out before. This is what we did. There was order sitting here within this leg. Price clearly sold off here. We had a massive wick. There was still people probably sitting in this position. We take them out, and now we look to flip the other direction to take these people out. But like when it comes to like when it comes to supply and demand now, like I think a lot of it is just volume now. Like it really just comes to trading with volume, understanding liquidity concepts, and I guess multi-time frame analysis. Which for the longest time, guys, and you may be in the same position, and this is why I'm going to say it, for the longest time, I struggled to believe when I would see people just like trading stuff like this. I was just like, that shit looks too easy. And it is easy. It is, and it works, and it's simple, and you don't have to be complicated and this and that, and RSI and volume and EMA, and all you need is to understand three things. Truly, maybe I'll make a video on it. Understand these three things, you're going to be a millionaire. Crazy clickbait title. I probably won't do that, but I definitely should make a video on that because that's all you need to understand. Those three things. Even if you're trading New York session and Q, like I said earlier, it is a little bit different, at least for me, in my eyes, the way I like or the way I see it, and definitely how price moves. But if you understand those three things, you're still going to make money. That's what Luca does. Luca understands the same thing. Luca understands liquidity, multi-time frame analysis, and what did I say? And price action or volume, I guess. With volume, I mean, there's not really much to understand about. I mean, it's pretty simple. You should make a video about that. I will, Ashley. I will. I got you. Overnight stream, maybe each pip. Close off. From here on out, I stopped responding to cartoonies, super sus comments. Are you close to being a millionaire? Define close. I don't think so. I think I'm in a really good position and I'm doing great, but there's levels to it. There's levels to it. But I think it's bound to happen. I'm gonna be multimillionaire. I tell you, I speak that now because what you speak is who you are. What comes out of your mouth is who you are. Truly, truly. You guys don't understand. Like the amount I say that and the amount I write that, it's inevitable. But not there yet. I'd say soon, very, very soon. Maybe not very soon, but soon. I got a lot of cool things coming up. A lot of cool things, a lot of cool projects. So that'll definitely help out. The power of the tongue is strong. No Diddy though. That might be Diddy. No, he's right. Like the power of the tongue is strong. You guys don't understand. Like when I really like, this is one of the biggest things. And I've already, before meeting Luca, I already had a really good mindset. I was already kind of like the speak and think into existence. But meeting Luca really like helped. Like it generally helped with that too. Really, really made me see. Like again, it really made me see how real it is. I tell my friends all the time, and I'm like, dude, I may sound fucking crazy, but like, word of the mouth is so powerful. Even if like someone asks you how your day is, and your day may not be that good, and you say it's whatever, like your day just, I mean, my thing is like, no matter what, if you wake up that day, your day's great. Like, come on. I can't wait to leave my job. Hell yeah. It's goals, guys. Fuck this price, man. It was looking bad, then it was looking good, then it's looking bad. Let's just hope price is filling in that gap and we're just gonna shoot down now. But Cartoony's thing about this overnight stream crazy. Already feels like I've been live for 3 hours. Shouldn't feel like that. No, I'm kidding. It's all about taking action though. Oh yeah, I agree. Definitely. 100%. If you're not taking action, then I mean, you can't expect to see results. You should look up the 4 agreements. I've actually heard of it. I've never read it. For sure, gas station, good to stack capital for trading. What do you mean it's gas station? Like, I don't know. Like, you're saying like working there? How much for paid class mentorship? That's DM me. My mentorship isn't out yet. I actually am going to be releasing one soon. I wasn't really going to talk about it yet, but might as well. But that's something where follow me on Instagram. I got a free Discord. I got a bunch of free stuff. Again, if you go in there, here, I'll link my Instagram. If you go in there, again, like once I do end up releasing it, or you would definitely see it. But if you wanted to DM me, feel free to. That's my Instagram. Yes, working cash register. I mean, anything really cartoony. But if like you can find something with tips, that's where you're gonna really start stacking some bread, and then you can really use like that extra money just starting trading. But again, I don't recommend it if you're not ready. I don't know your trading cartoony. I don't know where you're at in trading, but make sure you're ready. Make sure you're ready, guys. What is price doing? I am going to go use the restroom, come back. If price is shit, it's not going to be shit. I know it, but I'll be back, guys. I'm back. Price is slower than ever. Fuck. Again, price still looks good to continue to sell. We're getting decent reactions up price. We're continuing to just fill in gaps as price continues to make these bearish candles down. But just how slow price is, it concerns me. Obviously, if we do start seeing price break lower, beautiful. If I can get to a point of break even and just have TPs, I'll either, depending on how much volume's coming to the market, I'll either get off, tell you guys where my TPs are, and dip out, or I'll just take profits and shoot out. It depends on how long, because again, price is moving super slow right now, guys. Again, it's bound to move throughout the entirety of London. I just hope it doesn't range through London. I don't think it will. I really don't. I really do think price is going to sell off here, but it's just how fast. We're holding or closing. He's taking a vape break. No, I want what? Hold on. Let's read this. Vape break is crazy. Fuck you. It's not a vape. We're holding or closing. We're holding. Say no more. Fire. How long into trading career were you able to become a full-time trader? I started with my own capital. It took me about 2-3 years to like really actually start seeing results where I was like, well, I can actually start doing this. And from funded, or I started live capital early on, obviously lost money like anyone, went into funded, made some money. Now I'm trading live. Right now I'm doing an account flip, but I'm still trading on a funded. Yesterday I wasn't able to enter on my account, sadly, because I was just really focused on the account flip. Today I was able to enter, so we'll see. Are you ticklish? Cartoony? Never stop asking these. I was gonna cuss. I'm trying to stop, but like you're pushing me. I'm gonna ask you the same. No, I actually don't want to ask you the same question. Is trading stressful for you? Now, no. When I first started, and a couple years in, yes. And I think like it was just like the emotional battle. Maybe also like, yeah, I think it definitely is stressful for everyone. Again, everyone battles their own issues depending on your personality and who you are. Maybe even what you did prior could like really depend on how you are within the markets. But I think everyone is at some point a little bit stressed, an emotional wreck. I think it's bound to happen. But the good thing about me is, and I just mentioned it, I traded live early on. And again, like anyone in the beginning, you can't really expect to do good. But I had my ups and downs, just like anyone, where I was able to get that exposure early on into my trading journey to where when I did come back, it was less stressful on me because I had that exposure early on. I'm not saying that's how it's going to be for everyone. I truly recommend everyone to trade demo until you really have developed an edge. You have a system, you've been consistent. Again, if you can't be consistent on demo, how can you expect to be consistent on a live account or on a funded account? You know, like if you can't be consistent for a 3-month period at least of you waking up every single day, because you have to understand, you have to tackle every single thing in trading: consistency, discipline, patience, psychology. Consistency is a big one. You got to realize if you miss one trade, that could affect your win rate at the end of the week, at the end of the month. Even in this case here, let's say price does win here, right? Let's say I didn't take this trade though, but it won. Or like, let's say I didn't stream today, didn't show up, right? Was sleeping, and this trade wins, and I wasn't able to take it. And this was a banger trade, and this was the only win that came the entire week, or this, yeah. And let's say I take a loss at the end of the week. Now down more for the week than what I would have been because I didn't show up. And again, I should have showed up. And if I did show up, I would have been able to execute on this trade because again, this is a beautiful setup. And granted, this could still lose, but you know, again, it could have won. And again, that's not the mindset of you should be trading with, oh, it could win. No. But at the end of the day, if you follow your system, You can't be mad if you lose. You shouldn't be, at least. And that's like one big thing that I even tell like people in my mentorship with Luca is like one of the biggest things that helped me not be upset or mad when I did take a loss, because I think that's something that everyone kind of goes through, is you take a loss, you feel down for the day, you feel sad. Did I take a loss? My day's the same. Maybe it's just me. My day's the same. I still do the same work. I still do the same things. It's the same thing. If I lost, I'd get off. I'd do some work. I'd go to bed. I'd wake up, hop in a mentorship meeting if I have one, go work out, do the same thing, come back stream, probably win that night. Again, oh God, I lost my train of thought. But the reason I'm so non-caring about if I lose is because I know if I took a trade, I followed my system. So why would I be mad if I take a loss? And again, I tell the people in mentorship, same thing. If you have a system, if you have a plan, if you're following your plan, you're bound to lose. Price, it can do what it wants. Doesn't have to do exactly what you want. But if you have an edge, majority of the time, if you have good risk management and you're consistent, you're going to be profitable. But again, it's about really bringing every single aspect. There's so many aspects that you have to just lock in on and just master them all really, and just kind of like focus on hammering them down, even if it's one by one. Guys, I don't like how price is reacting. Like, it's stuttering, but we're too bullish. I don't know. Ask it, no cartoony. Bro thinks he's Elmo. Who? Cartoony? Probably. It's only stressful when cartoony and top. Dude, yeah. Yeah, it's probably what, dude. If we lose tonight, you can blame cartoony and top songs. I'm kidding, by the way. Nah, there's no one to blame. And I can make it relaxing too, bro. Haha. Cartoony, you're so fucking sus, dude. You don't drink, only eat. Simple. What do you mean funded account? On here? Well, right now, I did actually enter on my funded account, but we're doing an account flip right now that I'm really focusing on with stream. We've been on a win streak, and I told you guys this week I would start an account flip just to kind of see where it went. Yesterday we won. Didn't risk too much. I honestly under risked. We should have made about 70-80 bucks on that trade. Sadly, we didn't. Only made about 4 or 5% of a $500 account, so about 15 bucks, 20 bucks, maybe 25. I don't know. I have to look. But again, we'll see. You know how account flips go. They can be very rewarding. They can be fun. And I think the way we've been trading, it'll definitely be very rewarding. But the one thing that could screw us over is if we somehow go on a losing streak, which we haven't, thankfully, in a while. But you never know. It's trading at the end of the day. With account flips, again, if it was my regular account, I could take 5, 6, 7 losses in a row, and I'd be fine. I'd be fine. Again, if you're on a funded account, that's a different situation. Totally different situation. But I don't think I'd go on an 8 losing. That'd be crazy. At that point, I'd be doing something wrong. I don't know. But again, we'll see. We'll see. In most cases, if you guys have seen most streams, account flips don't tend to go well, but they can. And they're good content. They're entertaining. Denise Cartini? Are you still confident in your trade? Yeah. Less confident. I can tell you that. Just because of how bullish price is right now. But at this point, it's either hit stop loss or TP. And again, after this trade, going into data, after seeing what price does, it'll be good data. I don't know if you heard earlier when I said this, but what the data would be in this case is if price were to continue to run up to my stop loss. Okay, going forward, I had signs, or at least early signs, that price was potentially no longer holding bearish, which again, you could see that price at first, we came up into this area of this fair value gap, somewhat respected it, came down, had this nice topic, respected it, or filled this gap to come down. It looked good, but from there we again flipped up, and now we're reacting in this bullish manner. We could have pulled stops here and had half risk. Yes, we could have, but again, going forward, it'll just be data. It'll just be data. I'm fine taking a loss. I can come back tomorrow, take a win, be fine. It'd be the first loss of the month, which I didn't want that. But again, I told you guys, it's trading at the end of the day. It's trading. Something can look super good and still lose. Something can look not as good and win. And that's the reality of things. That truly is. But again, like I said, data, super key. Obviously, I'm not going to just jump into changing my system or adding something to my system based off this one singular trade. I'd really would want to either go back into old data, go back and back test, or just wait for further data to come in to tell me that, okay, going forward, if price does react in this manner where it does just totally disrespect areas that it should have respected, I'm going to take out early. It's going to save me majority of the time. It's worth it. But I said earlier, data could show that it's not worth it, because let's say price just dumps from here. It could. Again, it's trading. You don't know what's going to happen. It's far less expected now, the way price is reacting. But if that were to happen, or further data, something like that does happen, then it's not worth adding that in, because then it shows that price is still good until it hits stop loss. And we've seen that multiple times where price comes edge stop loss, we get out and price still dumps, or we get out at break even, price still holds and dumps. Why? Because again, the overall higher time frame bias is super strong, super strong. I'd be very shocked if price ran bullish here. Wouldn't be too shocked if price ran and just took these weekly highs though, and then flip down. Because again, the weekly time frame, I'm expecting that weekly flip at some point. I really am. If you didn't hear me earlier, no bottom wick, and again, we're just super overextended to where I can expect at least a topic to somewhat be created, right? Again, it doesn't have to happen now. And again, we could be dealing with that right here. We could just be too early, but I can't complain. I can't complain at all. I don't want to say I'd be happy to lose, but I honestly not necessarily would, but like, this was a beautiful trade, guys. Beautiful trade. One thing is, we could add a better area of support to enter in off of, but we still didn't have a bad area. And we had a very good bearish reaction at the open. Very good. The 100K challenge, so I can tag along. The thing with doing $100 is, like on indices, it's basically impossible with margin and all that. Or is it? No, yeah, margin. Now I just welcome people to the stream like I usually do. You never do that shit, Cartoony. I hope Denise is a guy, because I know damn right, Cartoony, you only said hi and welcome to her in because you thought she was a girl. FXG style, market makers are watching style. Should I pull FX LXG? Nah. But that's what I like meant earlier when I said a lot of people just end up failing account flips. Even FX LXG, one of the best traders in the game. Again, it's high risk, high reward. Yes, it can be very rewarding, but it can also be very risky, because at the end of the day, it's not real trading and you're over risking, and there's a lot more factors that can screw you over at the end of the day. All right. That's why, like, I don't want to say I don't support it because I do it, but I mainly do it just because it's cool. It's cool. It's content. It's fun. Cartoony, no, it's still not enough. Trust. You may be able to place one trade, but it would have to be like a very tight stop loss. And it would be like a very small position, and you would have to like run it up by like $1 or $2. I don't think it'd be possible. truly. It just, you guys have to understand account flipping. Like I said, it can be rewarding, but it's just it's really not a good way to trade unless like, and again, account flipping meaning you're risking your high risk, high reward, right? If you're trading a small account, but you're properly risking, that's a different story. That's a different story. But like a big psychology thing, and it's a video I'm about to post tomorrow actually on YouTube. Big psychology thing is when a lot of beginners start with smaller accounts, they let the numbers affect them. Meaning they'll run up, let's say they open $1,000 account, they make $100, and they're like, damn, it's only $100. I want to shoot again. They keep shooting, and next thing you know, they're down $300. But here's the thing: that $100 is 10% of that account. 10% of $100,000 account is $10,000. So it's like you really have to like shift your perspective into thinking that way when you are running up a smaller account, right? Because $100 on $1,000 account, that's a lot. That's 10%. That's crazy, you know. So I tell everyone, think in percentages. Don't think it, just think in percentages. Think in percentages. Guys, price isn't looking good. It might take a loss. It is what it is. Been in here for an hour. Don't like this. Don't like this. But you guys are goated for sticking around. I mean, I assume a lot of you guys are probably in the trade, which I don't want to say sucks. If you lose, I mean, it may suck for you. But if you're here at the beginning of the week, it shouldn't suck for you. Again, it shouldn't. Just one loss. How many did we up? One on the week. Only up one on the week. Okay, so we'd be break even. Yeah. So break even as of right now. The account flip, I think we're going to be a little bit down. Because I did risk a little bit heavier on this trade. And sadly was under risking yesterday. And again, that's account flipping, especially when you're dealing with moves that happen within 10 seconds. I literally entered 2 position and price fucking ran up and I had to exit before I could enter more, and sucks. Call Luca, ask for advice. Bro's just gonna be like bye and then just hang up. He'll probably be pissed if I called him right now. Not pissed, but like he probably wouldn't even answer. Bro's sleeping. I wouldn't even call him. That's fucked up. Edgar, dude, you don't understand, bro. The count, it's at 515 right now. Again, we won yesterday, but under risk like a motherfucker. Again, price moved too fast. Was able to get all my positions in. Today we not over risk. Today we properly risk, so we'll be down about I think $60 if we do end up losing this trade, which again isn't bad. We still have a great margin. We'll come back tomorrow with 500. Again, we just started this week. So we'll see what happens. Is it cold in your house? Why? Why do you ask that? How the fuck do you ask that shit? Good luck. Thank you, King. Thank you. Again, we're going for high risk, high reward. So it's either we run it up or that account goes. At the end of the day, it's only $500. So, but it could be $10,000 at the end of this challenge. And again, I really have high hopes in us running it up just because of the fact that we've been, I could say quite honestly, killing it. It's probably not a good time to say that when we're in fucking drawdown. But but seriously, we've been killing it. So I guess the win streak had to come to an end. We lasted about a week and a half. And I think now we have to take it like men. Or if you're a woman, you gotta take it like a woman. You gotta take it to the chest. Walk away. But I really am curious to see what price does after this. I really am. I assume price is gonna probably push up here, sweep us out. And again, I told you that could happen. I told you guys what could happen too is price comes up, takes us, uses us as liquidity to further push price down. But again, there could be a totally different objective that price has in mind. And the only thing I can truly think is those weekly highs being swept. And if I come back and see that, okay, going forward, we know that. But that necessarily wouldn't even affect this position, because in most cases, price, even if it had those weekly highs to target, because of the way it reacted at the open and because of the confluences we had to back our entry, in most cases, price should run for at least that 1-on-1 or into liquidity. And again, we're not just targeting a 1-on-1, we're targeting areas of liquidity. So, but price is just creating its bottom wick, I believe, to shoot up. Is what it is. I'm still in, yeah. I could have taken out early, could have cut the loss short. But my thing is, don't have enough data to do that yet, because I've seen times where price does come up and then does not hit stop loss, continues to drop all the way. But we'll see. Not all data is good data, but in this case where I actually follow my system, and if you guys do too, all your data that you're getting from your trade should be good data. And you should always be getting data, because you never know what's going to change. You never know what's you can add or you need to take away from your trading, right? Cartoony, it's actually funny. It's going to be soon. It was actually supposed to be today, but I ended up going live, so I had to cancel. That. So now it's just kind of seeing when I'm free, when he's free. But it's funny that you mentioned that, because one will be out soon, so be ready for that. Told you guys, price is creating its little bottom wick to push price higher. What will you name your first son? Cartoony, that's what I'll name him. Well, bro's gonna walk around being called Cartoony. Nah, bro's gonna get bullied for life. Cartoony. I was gonna ask for your real name, but honestly, I don't even want to know, because I feel like I shouldn't know the way you be acting and shit. Price is edging, stop loss. This is where I'm just like, I just want to either head out, because if price starts going down from here, at that point, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I'm out of here. Either hit stops or TP. Like, you can't really do much from this point, Middle name is missing, won't say. Kalori. How do you pronounce it? Like Kalora? Kaloer? Holy fuck. I don't know how to say that. Why won't you say your middle name? It's probably like, do you have like a odd middle name? Like, does it not match up to your actual name? Is it like a white middle name? Totally catch everyone by surprise. Kaloer Hazmet. Yeah, bro, I'm not remembering that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You pronounce Kalar, and last name pronounces Hazmat. Kalar. Okay, Kalar is pretty easy to remember. Kalar. Fire. Fuck, man. Price needs to just take me out at this point, guys. I got shit to do. Dude, if price edge stopped here and ran all the way to TP, we're going to Mexico tonight. That'd be a crazy mission. I'd probably get kidnapped. Probably. See, the way price is reacting now is like it's going to push down a little bit. And my thing is it going to push down, just facilitate this pullback, fill this gap in, and run higher? Potentially. Honestly, potentially. Do I want to stick around for that? No, because I'm just gonna get teased and price is gonna come down. Everyone's gonna get hyped, and we're screwed. I mean, at least I appreciate all 34 of you for sticking around. Every single one of you are amazing. You guys know that. You would get kidnapped, yeah. Or you can just call me Jamal. Okay, Jamal. But my middle name is British. What? British. That's a shock. Yeah, I'd probably get kidnapped out there. Probably get kidnapped. Give me 1 second, chat. Un segundo. See, I know Spanish. I know enough Spanish. What are you guys talking about? Hit him with that. Hola, ¿cómo estás? See? I'm qualified. I'd survive. And then hit him with the chinga su mama. Bro's gonna get dead on sight. They're gonna send a video to the US government if I say some shit like that. Nick's get a bag over his face and then swept to the Draco. Nah, bro, I'd really, dude. You'd see me on some dude. Bro's not gonna expect me to be military trained and I'm just gonna pop out and just single-handedly take down. I'm not even gonna say it. I want no beef with no one. I love everyone. Nobody clip what I've been saying. And I got you a Spanish classes. Hit him with pinche. Pinche cabrón. Ah, you see, you hear the was it the tongue roll, the R? I got it in me. You guys got to understand. I'm half Mexican, half white. I'm chilling. It's in me. I feel like if I'm in a situation where like life or death, I hope that like the true Mexican comes out of me and I just start fluently speaking Spanish and just ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Dude, motherfuckers used to say that shit all the time in school. Fabian, are you the Fabian that I went to school with? No way you are. Because I feel like you would know that. If it is, that's crazy. You should have told me it was you. Is it you? Nah, bro, no way, dude. You don't understand. They used to say that shit all the time in middle school. What, you can literally read it correctly? Yeah, of course. Of course I can. You don't understand. I got that Mexican. I got it in me. It's deep down somewhere. It comes out sometimes. But that white definitely be showing too. I can't lie. Make sure your book picture. No. Oh no, dude. I used to be like, dude, you guys don't understand. If you guys want to know, if you want to flashback to high school, Nicks, like early high school, middle school, I was a chubby kid. I had some extra weight on me. But high school, realized how to locked in, got in shape. It's been history since. But no, we're not looking at those pics. Maybe at 20,000 followers, maybe. If you remember that. At 20,000 followers, maybe. On Instagram. Maybe. But you're going to be like, what? Dude, I'm going to get clowned on for a minute. It'll be my day. I'll be like, last stream for the year. Type of deal. Cartoony? Fuck you, dude. My barber's in Mexico right now. Okay, I know I'm looking a little chopped right now as far as the haircut, guys. Don't trip. But I have bad experiences of cheating on my barber. You don't understand. There's been twice where I just don't book an appointment and he's booked up and I have to go to someone else and they just don't do it like him. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know how people can fuck up so bad. And I'm not the type of person to care to be like, hey, you like fix this shit. Some people are. I'm the type where it's like, if I'm not, as long as I'm not looking bald, like I'm just gonna be all right here, like whatever, like thank you, bye. Like I'm not gonna trip. I'm not. That's not me. But like at the same time, I don't want a fucked up haircut. My bro gets me right. He's not back until shit the 13th. So like I was really debating getting a haircut today, but I'm like, dude, no, 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 no. So as soon as he's back, bro got me first thing in the morning in his chair. I'll be waiting outside. Bro, let me give you a haircut, brother. Come to India. We'll do classic. How much cartoony? 60 cents? Pink cheese green goes. What? Get a wolf cut or a mullet. Fuck no, Edgar. No. I do. I don't know if you've ever seen like those barbers on TikTok to like they like actually understand like the shape of your head, what hairstyles look good with you. I really want to go to someone and really see what would look the best with me based off their opinion. I think what I have now is more my style than anything else, but I think it could be better. Like I think I could definitely have better texture, or like again, I would have to go to someone and see. You're racist, bro. You think India because cheap, bro. 600 rupees, dude. That's 60 fucking cents over here, if I'm not wrong. Actually, I think I'm wrong there. Dude, that's $7. I'd pay you. I'd pay $7, dude. You know how much I usually? I mean, I usually pay like 45, 50, depending on how much cash I got in me to tip. But you need facial. Fuck you, dude. Some haircuts out here be taxing, dude. Like 100, $200. Crazy. Like bro's giving me same cuts, bro, down the street. Like my average cut, cartoony is 4,000 like 500 rupees. Does it come with head massage and facial? Oh my gosh, why are we talking about this shit? This, dude, I'm sitting in drawdown. Shit's already fucking sideways. Y'all talking gay. Nah, I'm not tripping about the trade, guys. Honestly, the only reason I'm tripping is at this point, like I just have a feeling price is coming down to just fill in these gaps here. I could be totally wrong and price could totally dump throughout the rest of London. But just the way price is looking right now, I expect it to just come down, possibly fill this gap that was created, and then push higher. Honestly, I expected price to take me out here. I'm fine taking a loss if that happens. I may end up getting off in about 5 to 10 minutes, just because, again, price is doing its thing. But when I do get off, I'm going to tell you guys my plan. Again, it depends on how price moves. Overall, I'm just going to keep same stop loss, keep same TP. I may move TP here because it's a very strong liquidity point, and we're taking away barely off of that 101, which again, I'm totally fine with. But if price were obviously to totally run down here, I think it's going to continue to run, obviously, and create this daily flip that I expect it to fill this gap. But again, we're content with profits, quick little in and out at this liquidity point. If price were to really dump from here, again, I doubt it. I really do. If you want to take, if you want to close now, you're at half stop loss. So you're now risking half. If you want to take out now, by all means go for it if that's what you want. That's what I always say: have your own system, have your own plan. Dude, I just read this chat and it said head slaps, dude. Oh my god, bro. I've seen those videos, bro be abusing him, calling it a head massage. He has like a robot oil. But what was I saying? Again, you can exit now. You would definitely be closing your position half. I could as well. I really could. But the way I'm playing it right now is it either hits TP, hits stop loss. I just have a lot of confidence in higher time frame. I really do. And I'm willing to play it out, and I'm willing to risk it just based off my system, just based off my experience. Even though price definitely is not looking favorable right now, at the end of the day, I'm trusting higher time frames, even if I take a loss. You know, like I said, it's probably just going to come up. Its objective is probably just to continue higher and to sweep that weekly high, then from there we're definitely going to get that bearish reaction probably tomorrow if price does go up into those weekly highs. But my thing is, I think price definitely still has a chance to sell during London and going into New York to take this liquidity down here to then possibly push price higher later into the week, which is definitely a possibility. So we'll see. But again, price could be wanting to push to that weekly high now, take that liquidity and run now. Really good. Really, really good. What do you think about President Trump deporting ICE? Cartoony, I don't talk on all that. I don't talk on politics and all that stuff on live. Like, we may have the same opinion, but I still don't talk about that. What is UK100 doing? We haven't looked at UK100 in the last hour. Chopping around. It is what it is. UK100 did look good. I wish we would have that bearish reaction, but again, everything happens for a reason. Price clearly did or was not ready to sell off yet, and that's fine. It may sell off later. If I come back later, we could see price eventually come down, and again, it has to come down eventually. Price moves in waves, and take that liquidity, but just could be later into session. Same here. We could come up, take more liquidity, more sell side liquidity. Price could definitely do that, and then during New York, we could see price then push down, which again, if that were to happen, that just tells me to, okay, my overall bias was correct as far as price expecting to flip on the daily, price expecting to come down to liquidity. In this case, we were too early. Nothing you can do about that because price did look good, and we followed our system. Boom, boom, boom. I repeat that because I want you guys to nail this into your head in your own trading, because the biggest thing that like a lot of people say, one of the most asked question too is like that I got in the mentorship was like how to deal with losses, like how to not like just crash the fuck out or be upset that day. And again, that's the biggest thing is once you actually have a proper system, once you actually have something that you can follow and you follow it, there's no need for you to be upset taking a loss if you did everything you were supposed to do. You have to understand, professional traders, people in my position, people who've been trading longer than me, people who have made millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars trading, lose. And they lose millions of dollars, some of these people in these fucking big ass institutions, and they walk away. They're fine with it. Why? Because one, they know that they can come back tomorrow, follow their system and win. And two, they lost, but they followed their system. And again, if they would have not shot and it would have won, then it's like, fuck, you just missed out on millions of dollars, right? When it comes to like really like, you have to be so hyper-focused, locked in. So like if that one guy here earlier that asked about is trading stressful, like in that case, yes, because there's really a lot of things when you do start to realize that have to come into trading that you have to get, that you have to perfect and really keen in on to actually see success in your trading. That can be a little stressful, but again, just knock things out one by one. Focus on this, focus on that. Biggest thing off the jump is you should definitely have a system and you should be tracking trades. From there, you can figure out where everything else is going wrong emotionally, or in that case, psychologically, physically, or you know, like what's fucking with you, where are you going wrong, you know? All that can be figured out once you have a system that you follow, that you know works. And that could just be following someone else's system at the beginning. I've done that in my beginning of my journey to follow someone else's system, but I've always been the type where I'll add to it, I'll match it to my personality, I'll see if there's anything that you know I don't like. And again, that trader that I got that system from, himself is still getting data in live time, seeing if he needs to make adjustments. I see people do it all the time. You guys see people do it all the time. I did it live in front of you, where yes, I still trade Forex, or at least I still pay attention to Forex, but I haven't traded Forex or I haven't taken a trade in 4 weeks, and I've switched to indices and how to make that switch. And why? Because again, Forex wasn't producing. And again, that's a totally different topic. That's really more about adapting when change happens, but I guess it's still within the same topic. Like data, like in this case, data really, data kind of did show me that markets are slowing down, obviously, but just visually, I could tell markets are slowing down on the Forex side, at least for me. But again, like I was saying about data, is just have a plan, get data from there, enjoy the journey. It's going to be hard. Take losses early on. Sit on demo until you feel ready, until you're seeing results, until you can consistently sit there and wake up every single day for at least 3 months straight, at least. And then if you feel comfortable, go into a funded. Maybe go into a live, and see what you can do. Still track your trades. So what the biggest thing people do is like they'll feel ready, they'll hop into a live account, and then they'll like totally forget everything. They'll just be like, oh, like let's say they build an account or whatever, and they won't track their trades, and those trades that you took during that account are very valuable information because it's going to tell you where you went wrong, what you need to do better in your next challenge. And again, that's why tracking every single trade is important. And you guys are going to get annoyed by me. You probably already are. But I don't care. Because ultimately it's going to help you. And if you're already in a position where you know this, ignore me. But my biggest thing is like there's always things to learn. Even me, like talking to traders, like there's still things that I don't necessarily like figure out, but things that I didn't necessarily look at that could be affecting my trading or could benefit my trading. I'm not saying always, but all right, guys, this is the telltale right here. This is where we're going to see if we really should have an all-nighter stream. Nah, it's crazy. 24-hour stream with NiicksFX. We're streaming all the way until Luca hops on. We'd have 5 viewers at fucking 4 in the morning. But like I said, this is really where price is going to tell me if it's going to continue to go lower or if we're just going to end up getting taken out. And the reason I say that is because if you're here earlier, I said price is most likely going to react in this area here. We had this gap that was created. If price reacts the way it's already reacting and it's respecting it, came down, filled the inefficient price, and we could see price now continue in that bearish move that it kind of started, or that bullish move that it kind of started to create on this lower time frame, right? We're technically still overall bullish here. I can't lie to you. I told you guys that earlier, but again, we still have 2 minutes for price to close. If price comes down, disrespects this, quite honestly, from there, it would give me a little bit more confidence back that price should continue down into areas of liquidity, hopefully, and continue to play out our overall higher time frame bias of the daily candle flipping, creating the top wick, and then eventually coming down to create the bottom wick that it failed to create when price did open, because it did fail to create that. Again, you guys saw that earlier, so no bottom wick. And again, gap down here. You guys know price does fill in these areas of inefficient price. Doesn't necessarily always happen the candle after, but it does happen a lot. So let's just hope we get that very bearish close where we totally disrespect this area, and it would be technically treated as an inverse fair value gap if you kind of pay attention to that. I don't necessarily do, but in this case, I do. When I am in a trade, I pay attention to how price is moving, in general, how price is respecting certain areas, because that really can tell you and give you signs on what price is going to do going forward. It really can. So this is really going to tell us right now. Should go lower. It should. Again, higher time frames look beautiful, guys. Beautiful. I have had so much confidence in this trade. I still have some confidence the way price is looking, but way less than what I did when entry first came around, right? Shit, if we can hold here the next minute and we can continue to push down a little bit more, bravo. I will stick around for 30 more minutes if we start pushing into profits. I will. That's not good. Would you move your stop loss to the recent high? Honestly, yeah. Especially if price does continue to move lower here. Yes. Even now, I guess you could. Yeah. You can move stops a little bit. Thank you for pointing that out. You can definitely move stops a little bit. You're just taking off from your our initial risk just by a tad. Not too much. But yeah. Just especially the way price closed now, we respected that area. Price could definitely run higher here. That could have been what it's waiting for, so we could see that. But But again, price could just dump here, and that would be beautiful to see. I'd love to see that. But we'll see. I know price is reacting bearish off the start, but a lot of times price will just create that bottom wick to push higher, and that kind of looks like what we're doing here. So we'll see. Obviously hope not, but can't be mad. Y'all can't be mad. And y'all sticking around, so that means you guys took this trade with me. Who's stressing? I want to know who's stressing. I'm not, but I want to know. I move stops a little bit, Fabian. Move stops a little bit. So a little bit less risk. I mean, it's really hardly anything, but it's still definitely good management, just because if price were to go higher here, again, once we break that high, it's we're bound to break the next high, which would have been our original stop loss. But yeah, beautiful reaction. Beautiful. Let's hope price continues this. If we come back, wow. I would end the stream speechless, guys. I would thank you all for sticking around, and I would end the stream and just be like, wow. But then you guys would see my Instagram talking about, yes sir, wins every day. I mean, because it really is. You know, I'm not lying there. Really not. If you've been here, you know. You know you stress yourself. Jocko, why you stressed, bro? Chill out. Whatever happens, happens. Again, I told you, Jocko, at the end of the day, we followed our plan. We took a great setup. If we lost here, oh well. We know that price looked, I could literally say immaculate, other than the fact that we could have had a better area of support to sell off of, but we still sold at a very, very good area. So granted, at the end of the day, if we get taken out here, dude, we took a great trade. Like anyone that took this trade, guys, we took a great trade today. Truly. No matter what happens, I will say that, and I'll preach that even tomorrow. I can't complain. Again, we know why price is possibly bound to push higher. Weekly highs possibility. But that does not mean price is ready to go to weekly highs. Again, we're on Tuesday. It's Tuesday. We have 3 more days where price is going to move. And again, beautiful reaction. Beautiful. I bet Jocko already made 5K. He might have. Jocko probably re-entered position at this high. Jocko knows market movers. Bro knows institutions. They told him, they said, Jocko, re-enter, get more positions in. We're about to dump price. I don't know if you saw Jocko earlier. He said should go lower. I'm telling you, bro's tapped in. How the fuck did I know that? Sorry to cuss. I'm telling you, I knew you re-entered. I felt like you did. Again, guys, if you guys just hopped in, I'm still in this trade. Haven't exited. Move stops. We're seeing a beautiful reaction now. I'm just hoping we can continue to hold this bearish candle here. Even if we, the only thing that would be terrible is if it totally flipped from here and closed bullish. That would suck. But just the way it's already reacted a couple minutes into this candle, I can say that it should continue bearish from here. Just because we definitely can't see these, or we definitely see sellers stepping into the market. But again, maybe there's something on the 1 minute. There was a gap on the 1 minute we're now coming into, and that's why we came down a little bit further, and I can't see that. But I don't think that's the case. Higher time frames look too good. I got longs on UK. Fire. Again, UK 100 longs were fire. Again, if you wanted to take the break at this area of resistance, it was pretty good. And it did end up probably running for that 101 if you had stops at these lows. Yeah, it did. So again, you could have capitalized on that. I wasn't really willing to shoot there just because for me, there wasn't nothing to target, at least that I saw. I mean, we have daily highs, but all the way up here. But as far as like lower time frame sessions, I did think if price were to have sold here, we would have pushed down to liquidity. Obviously, that wasn't the case. Objective for UK 100 was clearly to go higher. Enter late, so I might break even. What on UK 100? Guys, absolutely immaculate close there. Let's just hope price now breaks lows. At this point, all we need to see is price break these lows and we are good for this area. We are good because that will be our next area of liquidity. So let's hope we see that. We'll stick around. We'll stick around. We'll stick around. I got longs. I entered late, so I'm break even. Okay, at least you're at break even. At least you're at break even. Guys, you may see price react bullish here. If it creates that top wick, fills that gap, beautiful. Also has this gap up here to fill, I mean. So we could see a decently bullish reaction before price does shoot here. But I do have a lot more confidence that price should continue to sell off, just because we can clearly disrespected this area or this fair value gap, kind of treating it as an inverse fair value gap. And again, if that's how you trade, this could be a good entry point for you. I'm not saying yet. Again, we're still technically bullish. We are, but with understanding how price moves, we should seek liquidity here soon. And again, it's at these lows. We've already taken sell side. There's no reason for us to really go higher unless we go into weekly highs. We'll see. This is the longest we've ever streamed, guys. I'm really sticking around here. 37 people, y'all came back. Damn. What y'all go do? Oh my gosh. Bro, you're sticking hard around. I like. We here with you. Hell yeah, Rice Ninja. Fire. Y'all are awesome. And again, this is why I said I don't want to talk too soon, but if price does end up winning here going forward, the data will change because of how price did end up reacting. If you guys heard me earlier, I said if price did lose, we would get good data on possibly being able to find early signs and being able to exit at like points like this. But if price does continue to sell off here, what data is that going to give us now? That's going to tell me that going forward, even if I do get signs and stuff that happens like this, it may just be worth it to hold, especially when I have such a strong higher time frame bias, because price doesn't necessarily have to respect these areas all the time. Again, it doesn't have to. And in this case, we had it at original stops at a very strong structural high. We've now moved them to the next strong structural high, which again, it's minimizing our stop loss a little bit, which is never a bad thing. But now we obviously hope that price is now only reacting bullish to fill these gaps to then push lower. Again, that would be beautiful to see. It would just tell us that price is reacting now in a bearish manner and respecting areas that, again, generally give us more confidence in it. Bro, you are the lion leading the pack of sheep. He's a sheep leading a pack of lions. That's a crazy saying, but thank you, bro. I'll take that as a compliment. Again, I'm not tripping until price totally disrespects these areas of inefficiencies, or in some people's cases, fair value gaps. But just the way price reacted here, I doubt that. Unless price is, again, just staying bullish and it's just continue to facilitate these pullbacks to run higher. Again, could be a possibility, but have a smaller stop loss. Can't complain about that. Can't complain about a smaller loss if price does end up coming and doing that, right? We could actually move here, but the reason I'm not is because I know how price can move, and we could see price have a decent push in volume, push higher and top wick and still respect that fair value gap and still treat it as a fair value gap. And again, if you have stops too tight, we have actually been taken out before in situations like that. So it's not worth it. DAX is creating that head and shoulders. It could be. It could be. It could be. It really could be. Price is bound to definitely start slowing down here soon as we're coming into the last hour and a half, maybe more like hour, within the next 30 minutes of lending session. But again, price still moves genuinely well throughout the first 3 hours. So hopefully we do get this push within the next 30 minutes to 45 minutes.
See what price does. Been in this trade so long. I should just start busting out work right here. Made you guys sit here with me. Shit. That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start. Yeah, shit. Might have to. It might be boring as hell. Nah, because this isn't necessarily boring. But you guys got to keep chatting. Y'all get quiet. Y'all start staring at me too long on some weird shit. Like if you guys aren't chatting, it just tells me y'all like staring into my eyes, and I don't like that. I don't like that. Feel your back. Are you sweaty, bro? Just feel no. Why? Why do you ask? Do I look glossy? I was at the gym. I'm not sweaty. I mean, it's pretty cold in here. What's your bias for GU and EU? Let's go over it while we wait. EU. Let's peep it. Forex. I haven't been liking Forex, but the state that it's in right now, one, looking at the weekly time frame, we're pretty overbought, as well as the daily time frame. You can see pretty overbought. I can expect price to now start facilitating a pullback into some type of discount pricing within this bullish leg that was created. So if we go down to the 4 hour, we're already seeing like price definitely start creating this bearish structure. We're starting to break lows, which is nice. It looks like we were starting to we already did facilitate that pullback within this 4 hour leg. So if I were to break down to the 30-minute time frame now, we're definitely reacting off this supply, which honestly I'm kind of mad I didn't see, because this is actually a good entry. In my eyes, at least. Why? Because if we look at the 4 hour, if we're playing within this leg, yes, we actually have no imbalance. If we look at this trade here, we've already come into an area of premium pricing to where now price can definitely continue to sell off from this 30-minute. If again, like I said, I honestly probably would have entered this if I saw this. Kind of my fault for not really paying attention to EU. Again, it doesn't mean it's gonna have to play out. This could just be good data, but this is one of the best trades, or at least opportunities, I've seen in a while. To be 100% honest with you. And again, I would just target these lows, a quick little 1 to 2 in this case. Again, stops would be at these highs, because again, I'm playing within this leg here on the 30-minute at least. Actually, yeah, the 4 hour too. So, but I mean, not a terrible trade. I may enter it. Favorite actress? You always ask me this shit, Cartoony. You always ask me this shit, man. Price is looking very good there. I don't know what the other shit's doing right now, guys, but give me 1 second, guys. Let's peep. What's happening here? Oh no. Come on, price. Dump, dump, dump. Okay, yeah, so shorts look good here. Shorts really do look good. I can't lie to you at all. Can't lie. I'm thinking of entering. Might call that out to my group. GU. Definitely looking like we could continue to run bearish. I think we've already come into equilibrium. Yes, so we can push up from there, but I'm honestly liking Euro way better. I think GU is going to follow Euro, because again, they kind of correlate. But Euro sells looking great, guys. Honestly, yeah, I'm taking these. I called it to my group. I'm gonna hop in these. Who cares? I haven't taken a forex trade in a while, and this is honestly a very, very good setup. Very, very good setup. Not saying you have to enter. I have a separate account for my forex trading, so I'm fine with that. But we're still fine here. Again, price should continue to dump. At least I'm expecting it to. We're just really slow. But I did not expect anything to go on here. Price is looking good again. We're still technically bullish here, and that's why I have stops so big. I have stops at these highs, because if price were to continue to come up here, we're technically not invalid until we run these highs. I've seen price multiple times within the past couple months invalidate the area of interest, but still stay within this leg, still being valid, and it will still play out. In this case, I think we have a very nice reaction. I think price is going to continue to sell into these lows. Again, overall higher time frames, bearish as well. It's just kind of following that support. Even with daily time frame, we filled in that gap from yesterday, and we're creating that massive top wick now. And I assume we're just going to flip at this point. Didn't run it up, so hopefully run it up here. I'd be happy to call ForexW today and Indice W, even if I have to wait 2 hours for this shit to play out, man. What's your bias? Oh, yeah. So I hope that was good bias, Richard. What's your bias? You think it sells for EU? What about GU? You tell me, Richard. I want to know your bias. I really do like sells on EU. Everything's looking quite honestly amazing. There's really no more gaps to fill here. Price has on the 4 hour, we filled gaps here. There's no gaps here. We just now filled gaps here. Price has really no reason to run higher here unless it is unless its objective is to just remain bullish and continue higher. But in this case, the daily is pretty overextended. There has to be a pullback at some point. We're already seeing early signs on lower time frames. Let's shoot. Again, you can shoot on EU if you want. Again, I have a separate account. I'm comfortable with it. I can take those trades comfortably if you're trading one account and you're trading this. I'm not saying that EU trade is, I really have good hopes in the EU trade. Could win, but you also don't want it to be a loss and affect your win rate on this account that you're trading with me or you're trading indices on. Again, that's why it's kind of nice to have multiple accounts because, again, 2 different systems, you're going to have 2 different results. It's really could affect your win rate unless you can somehow make it work with both. But a lot of the times, it's a lot harder. In that case, you're now taking 2 systems, putting them together. It's almost now one system. I mean, yes, 2 different entry models, but you'd really have to make sure that your win rate with both, like, it would align and it would still work, right? Price need to do something, man. Like, seriously. Dude, price is fucking around, man. Like, I really just want to see a break lows because, like, at that point I could just like be like, yo guys, you know where TP is, you know where stop loss is. I could do that now, but my thing is, like, I do want to wait around. I do want to be here when we win. I do want to be here when we lose, just because, again, I mean, but at the same time, the way price is playing out right now, this trade could play out throughout the entirety of London, possibly into pre-New York, before we end up hitting TP, depending on how much volumes, you know, within the market. So, and again, like I always say, price is bound to move no matter what, so it's gonna move. But again, we could start at some point accumulating. I think London is bound to make a little bit of a bigger move. It usually tends to, but again, you never know what can happen. Price could range for the next fucking hour, 2, 3, 4 hours actually, and then New York could really manipulate it, take highs, and then come lower. We could see that. So obviously we don't want to. So hopefully before 2 a.m. we can see that push down. We can see the breaks of the lows, and we can hope that London really does make that push down to manipulate that session liquidity to kind of set New York up for later on, right? These candles, man. Price is running good here. We're already in prof. Kid you not, this is the best setup I've seen in a while as far as how it looks, and higher time frames, everything's really aligning here. Really aligning everything. Cannot not like this trade here, guys. Cartoony, who's your favorite actress? Answer me that. Answer me that. Nothing here. Nothing on GA. GA hasn't been seen a lot, but actually last year, GA was really good at the end of the year. And if I see that again, that's just going to tell me going into 2026 that I could see that again, where GA is a little bit slower, more choppy, not as good setups at the beginning, quarter one, quarter two, possibly even quarter three. But I think as we go into quarter three and quarter four, I think GA should step up. That's what happened last year. But again, that doesn't mean it's going to. Fuck, man. Can price like do something? Again, feel free to exit if you guys want. Again, price could push higher here. We're still technically within a bullish leg. And if you want to save yourself from taking a big stop, by all means, go for it. But in this case, I'm fine where stops are. I think price moving bullish here isn't necessarily a bad thing just yet, just because we're now approaching a fair value gap. If price were to come up, fill this in and wick it, okay, beautiful. We can expect price to continue to sell off, but if we kind of disrespect this and continue to go up, at that point we can expect price to take us out, and we can infer that price is still within its bullish leg and is possibly going to push up into either weekly highs, or it's just kind of going to stutter and London's going to end up selling off, taking liquidity. I mean, not London, New York, but again, we'll see. We'll see. You know, it sucks sitting around this long to take a loss, but again, price could still end up winning. I'd really would love to see price have an insane reaction at this area of interest, where we kind of see somewhat of a supply. I mean, you could consider it an area of interest or a block, but I just like the fact that there's a fair value gap there. If we wick it, come lower, beautiful, beautiful. And we still have a 2 whole minutes. You guys heard me earlier. I literally told you guys earlier. I can go back and clip it. I told you guys we could have moved stops here, but if price were to pull back into these gaps, nothing stopping price from having a lot of volume up and still top wicking and respecting that fair value gap and coming down. And in that case, if we would have moved stops shorter, yes, it would have been a way smaller loss, but it could take us out premature and still run, still respect that fair value gap. But again, depending on how price closes here, we could just totally see price run bullish here. It is what it is. I mean, you can't do much about it at that point. Take the loss like a champ, walk away. We followed our plan, you know, come back, rinse, repeat, do the same thing tomorrow. And honestly, probably win. So, and hopefully not take this long. It's a trip going from being in a trade for 15 seconds to being in a trade for, at this point, we'll probably go on to 2 hours. Not a good reaction. Hopefully we see price top wick here. That'd be nice to see. Not looking like it. But my favorite actress is someone I can't say. Like, don't. I know. Don't. Lord. Did not expect you to say that shit. Wow. And then you say aha at the end. Yeah, aha. Bro, acting like no one's gonna know what he's talking about. You're a clown, bro. That was crazy. What is price going to do? I think we're gonna run stops here. I'm fine hitting full stops, to be honest. You could move stops to these highs now and just, if price pushed higher here, okay, it is what it is, but we'll stick here. At least I will. Cartoony so far gone, no saving him. Yep. What I'd like to see is price react pretty bearish here, even if it were to just be filling in this gap that was created on this previous candle. Because if price were to do that, if it were to push bullish, then it would give me a little bit more room, and I would then be able to move my stops a little bit lower to this last structural high. And if price ran through, then it ran through. But I would want to see price come all the way down into this to fill this entire gap in, and then I'm going to move stops down here, which would minimize our stop by about half, which is, again, I can't complain about that if price does end up losing, but we could just push higher here. I may just move stops now at these highs. I'm almost a little hesitant. I really do want to see price push bears here, making it a little bit more of a structural high. Because this is really cutting our stop by in half for sure. Debating. Just be ready to close. I want to see price push lower. I do. Even if it pushed lower to push higher. Price don't know what it wants to do. But I like this. I want to see price go bearish here. It'd actually be insane if we somehow still won this trade. Price is just so chopped. And my thing is, like, it doesn't even want to pick a direction. Like, I'd assume if it wanted to go up, it would have just really had the volume to push up. I mean, I'm not saying I had bad volume, but I've seen better. As far as like London Open in the first hour of London Open, and price picking a direction. Beautiful push down. But I think it's just filling that gap in. As soon as we fill that entire gap in, I am moving stops to that last high. Potentially even sooner. Just because at this point, price really does have the capability of pushing higher if it does respect this fair value gap. Or just, I mean, what I mean is if it comes in, fills this gap. So at this point, if it does flip, I think price is bound to run higher, probably into weekly highs eventually. I mean, it would be absolutely crazy to see price just totally just dump, but all right, let's hope we get that last push for these last couple seconds of this 5-minute candle. Then we can move stops accordingly. See what happens on this next candle. I could be getting out soon. Might just get out a break at that high. Because again, we're cutting stops in half. We can't be mad. Price is edging. Why don't I hold overnight? I mean, I could, but honestly, at this point, like, again, if price is going to hold off this area, it's going to continue to push bullish. If I can minimize stops, Perfect. I'm going to minimize stop loss. But again, we'll see. Like if price just totally disrespects this area and treats it as like an inverse fair value gap, then I'm holding. But it really comes down to like this next candle. So we could see price now come down, which it's doing. Come down, fill this gap, and then just top it up. And then from there, I guess stops already moved. I just really want that to happen. Just so I, like, again, it would just tell me that price is just still remaining and moving in a bullish manner. Come on. It pisses me off when it fucking edges it like that. I know. Some people may have closed early and just headed out. I get to understand that if a lot of people wanted to cut losses short, you didn't know it was going to happen. Again, price looked pretty bad at one point, then it looked good, then it looked bad, then it looked good. Again, a lot of just indecision, chop. We're used to kind of seeing markets pick a direction and can usually continue that direction. In this case, we kind of seem to have struggled with picking direction and kind of chopped within this range, but I think price is eventually bound to pick a direction. In this case, obviously we hope that it's going to continue bearish from here and just continue to dump. It would be beautiful to see that happen, but I don't think that's the case. I think price, just the way it's reacting, the way price is looking overall, it's going to possibly continue to run up, probably take those weekly highs early into the week, and then later into the week we could see that sell off to facilitate the pullbacks that I am expecting. So we'll see. Again, I'm just gonna come back. I post a post weekly chart talk, and in there again I'll go back and I'll look and I'll see like, hey, what did we do after this trade? Even in the trade breakdown, what happened? Did we end up coming into weekly highs? Was that what happened? Okay, now we know going forward, something to look out for. It may not necessarily change my bias up or make me not take a trade, but definitely something to watch out for. Again, we'll see. If price were to just run, again, there could be something totally different that I didn't see. Maybe I wasn't looking at the bigger picture, whatever it may be. And then again, I got to go back and see what's up. But what I think is going to happen is if price does push bullish here, again, sweeping weekly highs will probably come down. Unless we come down now. And again, if we come down now, I just expect it to just be momentarily. But it may not be the case. Price is really playing around, kind of pissing me off. I just want price to fucking pick more data, man. Data's key, dude. You don't understand. Get every single little piece of data you can get. And I know sometimes it's like I don't want to sit there and journal. Like, no, dude, just do it, bust it out. It's really not going to take that long. It really isn't. At most, like, to get all the data necessary, like 5 to 10 minutes per trade. Again, if you can bust it out fast, bust it out fast. Like, you know, like if you have to generalize it because you don't have enough time, do that. But again, I really recommend getting as much data as you possibly can. What a weird reaction. But I'm not opposed to it, especially if price continues to run here. I'm very, 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 very much not opposed to it. That would honestly be fucking amazing. Unexpected. If price were to just run through this fair value gap and treat it like an inverse. But cross your fingers, chat. If you're in the trade, cross your fingers right now. Get on your damn knees and start praying that price doesn't fucking bottom wick right now in the last 10 seconds. Because if we treat this like an inverse fair value gap, oh my god, I get that. Inverse fair value gap, price is most likely going to continue to sell off. We're starting a bottom wick. Oh no. Oh no. Beautiful close. Beautiful close. Oh my god. That just means I gotta stay here longer. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I have no problem staying here if that means we have to win. But it'd be fucking horrible if I'm staying here all this time and we end up losing. But at least in this case, stop loss is for sure already cut in half. This is the next structural high. And again, I'm playing off of that. This next candle, I kind of expect it to maybe possibly push up, fill this gap. If we top wick, beautiful. And if we sell after that, even more beautiful. And even more confidence going forward is that sell buy is still holding and still going to take place. Stretched out trade, very, very stretched out. Again, price is seeming to struggle to pick its direction. But again, I think it's bound to. Let's look at higher time frames again. These higher time frames, beautiful, guys. I mean, just these top wicks, guys, are... It's a sign. It's a sign. These top wicks, guys, it's a sign. Let's just keep hoping price stays and remains bearish and we can continue to run it up. Meanwhile, showcase tattoos. Dude, I got a lot of tattoos. I got like this tattoo. Dude, people say this is their favorite tattoo. I don't know why I don't like it. I got this one. I got another one like right here. I got one like right on my chest. I got a neck one. Got a wrist one. I want more. I want more. I'm stuttering like a motherfucker right now. I'm a little tired. I'm sleep deprived as it is. I'm going to be even more sleep deprived. Because apparently Dax today wanted to fuck around and really test our emotions and play with everyone in chat. And it's probably going to continue to play with us. But at this point, I mean, stops are set. Like, I really could get off. I could say... stops are at a point where, okay, stops are cut in half at this point. Either price is going to sell or it's going to go up and take us out. One of the two. Again, price could still run bullish here. We're still somewhat, in a way, reacting to that area of interest. But being that we kind of disrespected that fair value gap that was left there, I like that. I like that for price continue to sell off. But price could just push bullish here. Could take us out, then could remain bearish. It'd be beautiful to see price just come fill in this gap, top wick here, and sell off. If we saw that again, that'd give me way more confidence. But this could just be the push to take us out here. It really could be. Don't want to get happy too soon. Not too soon until price continues to show us that, you know, sellers are definitely gaining more control and price is moving pretty good. Pretty late. People are funneling out of here, and again, I understand. Appreciate you guys for sticking around though. 24 troopers. 24 troopers. I don't like that. Again, this could be it, guys. Could be the end of the road. But price has been doing whatever it wants all night long. All night. Just pick, price, just pick. Alright, price may have picked after I said that. And not in the direction I wanted it to. But if we saw a crazy top wick, then wow, you know? What? That one? I've read that one 3 times. A lot of them were quick reads. Still read it. But I really want to go through and just like really break it down again. Like I hear people read that book like 3 times a year, like every year for sure. We might be out here soon, guys. I move stops where they're at on screen. They get ran. At the end of the day, we stuck around. Price looked good, price looked bad, price looked good, price looked bad. We managed accordingly. Really nothing I can complain about on this trade. Other than obviously if price did lose, it's like, damn. But still can't complain. Still can't complain, man. might be it. It would suck to see price run those highs like and treat them as liquidity to run back down, but I truly doubt that. I'm at that point. I'm just fine getting out of the market. It's getting late. And we cut our risk in half. So, I mean, you can't be mad at that. Yeah, it's basically in half. So, can't really be mad. We'll be back tomorrow, though. We'll be back tomorrow. What news is this? European stocks unfazed by Trump tariff update. Cool. DAX on cautious note. Why? I mean, that really could be a reason why price is doing what it's doing and it's not really picking a direction when we tend to see price pick overall direction at London Open and have a little bit more volume than what it did today. Again, it kind of lacked volume. Obviously, that's not the necessary reason for the loss. But again, it could be price just wasn't willing to pick a direction yet. Didn't have a lot of volume, didn't have a lot of people stepping into the market when I would have liked them to. But all right, price, fucking do something, man. Do something. Lord. Dude, market makers watching the stream right now for sure. They're playing with me, bro. They're playing with us. Wow. GG's chat's about to rip. Yeah, honestly, most likely. Price is definitely still bullish. Again, we understood that risk going into it. But again, most of the times, if you go and look back at streams and VODs, you will see majority of times we will be going counter trend. And the big reason for that is, again, we can most likely anticipate price more likely than not to come down into these areas of liquidity. So I don't really mind counter trending, especially when I see those initial, bearish or bullish reactions that, give me confidence in, again, shooting on that trade. Price is ridiculous, man. Why earbuds? Why not headphones? I thought I told you just the other day. Bro, like if I wore headphones this whole time, dude, I'd have like a dent in my head. That shit would hurt, like be bothering the fuck out of me. Earbuds are just so much easier, dude. Just throw them in real quick. Like, I mean, I have Logitech. Like, I have some headphones right there. I just feel like that shit gonna make me look weird. I don't even need to wear them. I don't even know why I wear them. I think I'm just used to wearing them. And then sometimes, like if I do need to hear my stream and make sure things are straight, I can go and make sure it's straight and listen to it if need be. Lord. Do something, price. Still not out. We're gonna be out soon. As soon as price pushes. But again, cut half risk and we're out. Rock, guys, it is what it is. Cut risk in half, which I'm honestly can't be mad at. At this point, let's see what price continues to do. If it ends up running to highs, I can give myself a pat on the back because, again, we were able to minimize a loss, which, again, is a great thing, especially when it comes to the account that we are flipping right now. But, again, tomorrow we're just going to come back. We're going to win. Technically break even this month, not this month, this week. Still killing it this entire month so far, so we have nothing to worry about there. But again, guys, let's run it up tomorrow. Again, I appreciate you guys all sticking around till 2:09 in the morning, at least my time. For you guys, it may be way later, way earlier, depending on where you're at. But again, I appreciate you guys. Continue to watch price. Let's see what it does. If it continues to go up and again runs those highs, damn, now you guys know, good call. But if it then ends up coming down, it's like, damn. We'll see. Again, I gotta go do some work. I'm kind of delaying it, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. Again, we're gonna win, don't worry. I always tell you guys, a loss is just one trade closer to a win streak. And again, We're always on a win streak. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's kill it tomorrow.